Agriculture accounts for about 40% of Moroccan labor force. Except for a few, it covers most of its alimentary needs. Since most of its land is arid, they depend on artisan wells and irrigation systems, as we saw in Morocco. The argan tree originates in Moroccan semi-deserts. The Berbers have used it for centuries, for alimentary and cosmetic purposes. Oil is obtained from its seeds, and the fruit is used to feed the animals. Investigations have revealed that it is effective in reducing cholesterol and hypertension up to 50%. Through winding, narrow streets, we finally found the way to our riad in Fez. Fez was founded on one side of the river by Idris I, and then refounded on the other side by Idris II. For a long time it had two separate Medinas. 5 centuries after, an uncorrupted body was found on this spot and was attributed to Idris II. That is why it became a commemorative shrine. The faithful believe it has miraculous powers for curing infertility. We watched the artisans on the streets using the same techniques we had admired in the monuments. Built in 859 but remodeled several times, the Al-Karim Mosque is one of the few surviving buildings from that time. The Associated University specializes in religious studies and is considered the oldest functioning university. In the 11th century, the Almoravids constructed bridges, joining both Medinas. Due to their dependency on water, the tanneries are beside the river. During Almohad's time, Fez grew to be prosperous and became, between 1170 and 1180, probably the biggest city of the world. The Marinids came into power in 1268 and controlled from Fez a big portion of the Maghreb and Al-Andalus Spain. They accomplished it in several ways, one of which was marriage, as in the case of the Granada princess. With glittering palanquins among other luxuries, Moroccans celebrate their marriages. was during the Marinid period that Fez reached its peak and started being regarded as an intellectual center. Most of the Medina monuments come from that period and are a mixture of Andalusian and Almohad traditions. Abu Inan Faris built two mosques, one in Meknes and the other in Fez. They were the last built by the Marinids. In front of Abu Inania Mosque in Fez stands Dar al-Magana. That looks like a house, but really is an hydraulic clock. Built in 1357, it was one of the first clocks to supersede sundials. The Jewish community used to live in the Melas, or salt quarter, which they traded. The first Jews arrived after the Exodus during Roman times. 15 centuries later, this group was known as the Berber Jews and was joined by other Jewish people expelled from Granada by the Catholic monarchs. Today, there are very few remaining. Some come to visit their ancestors in the Jewish cemetery. In 1675, Sultan Mullah Ismail moved the capital from Fez to Meknes. He constructed the city walls, doors, and a big palace to house approximately his 550 wives, including an Irish lady, and 4,000 concubines, plus his 880 children. He ordered most girls to be strangled as soon as they were born. Mullah Ismail fought and won over the Ottomans, as well as recovering La Marmora from Spain and Tangier from England. He made an alliance with Louis XIV of France, who offered him engineering and military aid, though he didn't agree to marry his daughter to the Sultan. Mullah Ismail was the second of the Alauid dynasty, considered one of the oldest of the world. The present King Mohammed VI of Morocco belongs to this dynasty.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala maulana rasulillahi wa alihi wa sahbihi.
The four imperial cities of Morocco are Marrakesh, Fez, Meknes, and Rabat. Rabat is the capital of Morocco, as it was during the Almohads' time in 1146, who built several of the monuments. Then it was almost deserted until the beginning of 1600, when it revived with the Moors coming from Spain. Some years later, it became a pirate enclave, who declared an independent republic, so prosperous that at a certain point had an income to the equivalent of $4 billion. Eventually, they were vanquished by the Alauids.